The first domino of what could be a very busy trade deadline has fallen, with Andrew Benintendi being traded to the New York Yankees. Let's talk about what it means for the Yankees and if it's going to be a big help for them or not right after this. What is up, YouTube? It is your boy NMR Sports here, coming back at you with another MLB video, and today we're going over the Andrew Benintendi to the New York Yankees trade, the first big trade of the trade deadline. Trade deadline, of course, coming up this Tuesday on August 2nd. Before we get into today's video, don't forget to leave a like on the video, help it reach more baseball fans, and subscribe for more daily MLB content. And don't forget to sign up at Thrive Fantasy, get some free money to bet with. A $10 deposit gets you $60 worth of free bets in the 100% deposit match, as well as 2 free $20 contest entries. What are you still doing here? Click that link in the description. Now let's get into the video and start talking about the Andrew Benintendi trade. Now, as all good baseball news comes to us, this comes to us from Jeff Passan over on Twitter. You can see I got this notification. The New York Yankees are finalizing a deal to acquire outfielder Andrew Benintendi from the Kansas City Royals. Sources tell ESPN 3 minor leaguers will be headed back to the Royals, and then Ken Rosenthal comes back. We've got Chandler Champlin, Beck Way, and TJ Sikkema. Now, these are the Yankees' number 19 prospects. Sikkema is the 19th prospect. Beck Way is the 21st ranked prospect in the Yankees system, and then Champlin is not in the top 30 of the Yankees club. Now, Andrew Benintendi is currently on a one-year deal for $8.5 million this year. He's going to be a free agent next season. So 3 players, 2 of which were in the top 21 of the Yankees farm system, for a rental of a, not power-hitting outfielder. That's a pretty good return for the Royals. I got to give him a hand on this one. This is very similar, in my opinion, to like the Andrew Heaney trade with my Angels last season, where the Angels got back Jansen Junk, and I think they got a couple of other arms in return for a rental of a mediocre pitcher. Andrew Benintendi is a little bit better than mediocre. I will give him that. We'll go over the stats here in a second, but very good return on Kansas City's part for a rental who's only going to be around for one postseason run. Now, Andrew Benintendi, a little bit of an old school style, maybe like a Pete Rose comp kind of guy. Batting .321 this year. He is actually 5th in all of baseball when it comes to batting average. His strikeout rate is ridiculously low at 13.5%, and his walk rate is almost higher than his strikeout rate, which is a big problem that the Yankees have, is they're really high in strikeouts. He also got a very good on-base percentage. He's also top 10 in that at about 389, as you can see right here. Just above Xander Bogaerts, Josh Bell, DJ LeMahieu. So he's going to be a really good fit for this Yankees lineup. I know I kind of roasted him in my previous video. You can go check that out, where I talked about trade destinations for these guys. But Andrew Benintendi, now that I look at the numbers a little bit closer, I think he is going to be a very good fit for this Yankees lineup and gives them something that they need. Because if you see right here, when it comes to batting average, the Yankees are 14th in all of baseball. And while I'm not a huge fan of the batting average as a statistic, because it is a little bit luck-based, it definitely is something that the Yankees are lacking right now, is some solid base hits, somebody to set the table for their big sluggers like Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, and then of course the legend of Matt Carpenter. Now, here are Andrew Benintendi's underlying metrics per Baseball Savant right here. As you can see, he doesn't really hit the ball too hard. He's about average to a little bit below average when it comes to hard hit baseballs, but you can see he's in the 92nd percentile of strikeout rate, so he doesn't strike out a lot. He walks a pretty good amount, especially for a guy who doesn't strike out a lot. Usually those guys are some free swingers who are going to try to make contact whenever possible. He's about average when it comes to sprint speed. He doesn't chase a lot of pitches, so he has a really good eye at the plate, which is another thing that some of these Yankees players are lacking right now, and he does not swing and miss very often. Now, he doesn't get a lot of barrels, but he does have a lot of weak contacts, as you can see by his spray chart here. He gets a lot of infield and weak base hits and does not hit for a lot of power. I will say Yankee Stadium might boost his power numbers a little bit, as we all know about their short porch out in right field. The numbers actually show right here. He has 3 home runs this season. If he played all his games in Yankee Stadium, he would have 6 this season. So you can already see there could be a little bit of a boost in power numbers from Andrew Benintendi, kind of like what we're seeing from Matt Carpenter, but on a smaller level. So overall, I think this is a great move. You can see the Yankees have been struggling a little bit, 4-6 in their last 10. They just got finished with a 2-game set against the Mets, in which they lost both of those games. So that might have been the final nail in the coffin. One last thing we do need to talk about, though, is kind of I don't know if you want to call it a political issue or what, but it is with Andrew Benintendi's vaccination status. So as you can see from my good old buddy John Heyman right here, one of my least favorite beat writers on the internet, word is Benintendi has told folks that he will get the vaccination. Trade is final, so Yankees must believe he will. Obviously, the Yankees play a lot of games in Toronto and possibly could run into the Blue Jays in the postseason as well. So if they're going to acquire a guy like Benintendi, it's really, really important that he does get the vaccine. Whether or not you agree with Canada's policy, the U.S. has the same policy on entering the United States. So overall, I'm glad that he's getting vaccinated, so that way he'll be able to at least play all of their games, especially when they go to Toronto, because there's going to be some big series coming up, and they're going to need to win those games. So Andrew Benintendi gets traded to the Yankees, and he announces he will get the vaccine, so he will be able to play in Toronto. So that's pretty much all the details we got on the first big move of the MLB trade deadline this season. Let me know down in the comments what you think of this move. Is it going to move the needle for the Yankees? Are they the best team in the American League now? I personally think the Astros have a slight leg up on him, but I do think this is a really good move for the Yankees. I think this is exactly what they needed. Kind of a guy who's going to be in there, get on base, hit for a good average, and lower those strikeout numbers for the New York Yankees. Now, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and comment down below, like I said, what you think of this trade deal. Don't forget to subscribe for more daily MLB content. I'll have 2 more videos coming out to you guys tomorrow about other trade deadline stuff. Appreciate you guys watching this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Have a great rest of your night.